Hey everybody, it's been a little bit of a hiatus since I've done a ceiling fan video, and actually since I've done a video just in general. Took a little vacation, and now I'm back. So, this fan is one that is kind of backlog from the PA meet, but also kind of not. It's kind of a Franken fan, and I'll get into that in a minute, but, this is, of course, a Moss Heirloom Olympus ceiling fan, 52-inch, in antique brass, and it's model HF-200 series, unlike the original Heirloom model, which was HF-100. And yeah, so this is kind of like an ornate version of the original Heirloom. As you probably remember, I used to have an original one of the HF-100 series Heirlooms models. It was just a regular, like, kind of generic GE-vent type fan. It had, like, GE-vents on both the top and bottom plate, generic crescent blade arms, a chunky nose, stencil blades, same as this one. So this one is kind of like an ornate, like, fancied up version of that one. It's pretty much the same in construction. It's also made by CEC. It's got the really heavy cast iron CEC motor that's kind of shaped like a trapezoid a bit. Yeah, very, very heavy. Yeah, so this one actually came from, this was, like I said, it's a Franken fan, kind of. The motor I got at the PA meet from fellow fan collector Matt, who is on YouTube at Ceiling Fan Files. I'll link his channel in the description for you guys. You can check his videos out. He has some really nice footage. And so the motor came from him. I don't know where he got it from. Maybe from a restore, if I recall correctly. But I don't know. Didn't come with blades or irons or anything. It did come with the downrod and canopy and everything, but no mounting bits. I just used some, I think I used the mounting bits from that top mount Codep that I have, the Codep SC series, I think. That's also basically a rebranded Moss. So, basically, you know, the same thing. But the blades and the arms came from fellow fan collector Garrett, who visited me last week. And he had some spare blades and arms. I'm not sure where he got them from. Again, I think they might have came from a restore. They definitely were not original to this motor, so yeah, so he gave me some spare blades and arms that he had to complete this fan, and I'm really, really thrilled to finally have this one complete. So yeah, that's why I couldn't record this one, because I was waiting on the blades and the arms to arrive. So yeah, it's in kind of rough cosmetic shape. The blades are a little scratched up. The finish is in okay condition. It's a little scuffed, a little dusty, but it still looks really nice. I really love the ornate faceplate and the ornate nose that's got all the ribs on it, like the escalloped sort of design that it's got. And those blade arms are very similar to that of the JCPenney fans from the 90s. I know JCPenney used that blade arm design, very similar to that at least. Yeah, it's got a traditional bell canopy. I don't know if there were ones that had the moss canopy, like, let's see here, like this. Whoa, I'm moving the camera. Like that canopy. I can't say I've ever seen any of these that had that canopy, but it's possible, I don't know. And then the other thing was, David Moss, the, CEO, I believe, of Moss Fan Cup, you know, Moss Manufacturing, not fan, they weren't really a fan company, they were more like a quote-unquote distributor, I guess, because they, like, imported, motors and parts from other companies, but I think they did make their own blades, so, I don't know, I'm not entirely sure, not really well-versed on the history of Moss and their dealings, but, David Moss, who was, I think, founder, CEO of the company, in his house had, I think it was six of these Heirloom Olympus models. I think they were polished brass instead of antique brass, and he had them all in a circle on, like, differing down rod lengths. I think they were like in order of like smallest of shortest to like longest. I haven't seen any pictures of that. I don't think anybody has seen any pictures of that. I think there are only rumors that that existed, or that he had that install. Yeah, I would love to see pictures if there's any pictures that exist of that. I would love to see pictures of that. That sounds so amazing. So, yeah, I guess without further ado, let's go ahead and turn the fan on. So, pull chain extension isn't original. I just stuck it on here because it's a fancy little crystal ball. It kind of goes with the ornateness of the thing. So I'll turn it on high. I think that sort of rattling is the canopy. But the motor itself is very quiet, which I expected. The old Heirloom that I used to have, that one was also really, really quiet. These cast iron CEC spinner motors are just insane. They haul, they're super quiet, usually have good bearings, and this one is no exception. And being so heavy, it kind of self-balances itself too. So yeah, this thing means business. Moving a lot of air. Get it to stop making that noise. And it did have a little bit of wobble when I got it. I balanced it pretty good. Again, I think the weight of the motor is keeping it pretty well balanced. Yeah, I love these fans with the heavy CEC cast iron motor. These are so powerful. Alright, down to medium. Oh, and of course the other thing I completely forgot to mention. This is a 3-speed model. There were some versions that were variable speed, but this is evidently a lower end model. Actually, I'm pretty sure I've seen more variable speed models than I have 3-speed models, so maybe the 3-speed ones are a little bit more uncommon. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not too familiar with these. So there's your medium speed. It's kind of a fast medium, but you know, it's moving the air. I like it. I like a kind of a faster medium, honestly. Alright, low speed. And this one also has a pretty fast low speed, I noticed as well. I'm not sure. I think the Heirloom I used to have also had a pretty fast low speed, but I'll have to take a look at my other video that I took of it, because that seems very fast. But it is moving the air, so this is definitely like a functional low. And it is dead silent. Alright. Back up to high. And spin down. how everybody decides to go stomping around upstairs the second I turn the camera on. Okay, alright, those bearings might need to be worked in a little bit, but that wasn't a very long spin down, surprisingly, for this heavy cast iron motor. I might leave this one running for a few days, just to kind of try to break in the bearings and see what happens. So yeah, now let's flip it to reverse. Oh yeah, this one's got an upside down reverse switch too. I'm not sure if anybody's been in this one or not, but I don't know. Oop. Maybe it'll work. Alright, there we go. Might have to spray some contact cleaner into that reverse switch. It's a little finicky, but this should be low in reverse, which it looks like it is. Alright. Medium. I also might have to shoot some WD-40 into that pull chain because it's a little tight, a little hard to pull. Medium. Again, pretty fast. High. And it looks like our wobble is going to be a little bit worse, but not too bad. Super high RPM, high speed. Off. Alright, now I'll show you guys this fan up close. So, there's these really nice stencil blades, which are a little scratched up, but, you know, what you gonna do? I kind of like some of them are a little like peeling like that too, so gotta be careful, but I like the kind of aged look of them. And then of course here's your ornate escalloped nose with the upside down reverse switch. Now strangely the opening there is circular instead of like rectangular to fit the switch. It didn't come with a plug, I just noticed actually, but it's not a huge deal. Pull chain. And then these sort of like spiked blade arms, which are a really cool design. I really like those. Ornate faceplate, which is sort of similar, but not exactly similar to the GE-vent one. I like the nose better though, because it's got the ornate GE-vent just has a plain nose. And then the top plate is actually exactly the same. Also ornate, just like the GE-vent ones that also have the GE-vent top plate. And then there's the informations, which you can hardly see because there's no light up here. If I get a flashlight, that might help. Well, this flashlight doesn't work. Okay. Let's see. Can I brighten it up? Alright. Flashlight, and it's upside down. See if I can read it. It says Moss Manufacturing Incorporated, model HF-200 series, 120 volts, 60 hertz, 1.2 amps, 115 watts, I think, 50 to 180 RPM, made in Hong Kong. And then there's quality inspected or whatever, and then serial number. And then of course this one's got that like top bracket there. The other heirloom I had didn't have that, so that might have been a newer one. Also, I don't know what kind of canopy the other one I had, the regular heirloom, would have come with, because that one had like the down rod cut and they put a generic ball socket canopy on it, so we'll never know. But yeah, so I think that's probably just about it for this video. So that is my Moss Heirloom Olympus ceiling fan, model HF-200. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.